The world felt heavy, a weight you can't measure, pressing down in ways that are invisible to everyone else. It was as if every breath I took was thick with the ache of things left unsaid, and every movement felt slower, burdened by invisible chains. My days were built from unspoken dreams and self-imposed expectations, each one stacking quietly on my shoulders until I could barely stand beneath them. The silence in the room echoed with all the things I wished I could say, but never did. I stared out the window, not seeing the city, but my own exhaustion reflected back at me. The world outside kept moving, but inside I felt stuck, trapped in a loop of fatigue and longing for something to change. Every day felt like a mountain, my spirit worn thin from chasing goals that no longer inspired me. The climb was endless, and the summit always seemed just out of reach, no matter how hard I tried. The silence in my apartment amplified my loneliness, making every room feel colder, every shadow longer. Even the familiar comforts of home felt distant, as if I was only a visitor in my own life. This wasn't a sudden crash, but a slow, creeping fatigue that seeped into every part of my day. It was a quiet unraveling, a gradual surrender to the heaviness that never seemed to lift. I woke each morning dreading the day, passion replaced by obligation. The spark that once lit my mornings had faded, leaving only the dull glow of routine. I wore a mask for the world, smiling while I faded inside. My laughter was practiced, my words carefully chosen, all to hide the emptiness I carried. Surrender whispered to me, promising relief from the pressure. It told me that letting go would be easier than holding on, that rest could be found in simply giving up. The idea of letting go was tempting, a release from a burden I could no longer carry. I wondered what it would feel like to finally set everything down, to stop pretending I was okay. I felt trapped between who I was and who I thought I should be, surrounded by people yet utterly alone. The noise of the world only made my isolation feel sharper, as if I was invisible in a crowd. I was convinced no one could understand the depth of my emptiness. In the quiet moments, I wondered if anyone else ever felt this lost, or if I was truly alone in my silent surrender. Inside my mind, a relentless inner critic twisted every thought. It replayed my mistakes, insisting I wasn't good enough. Every setback became proof of my inadequacy. The negative self-talk created an echo chamber, no room for self-compassion. Even small accomplishments were dismissed. That doesn't count. I compared myself to others, their successes magnifying my failures. The voice told me I was lazy, unworthy, and falling behind. This internal battle was exhausting, drowning out hope and encouragement. I believed my struggle was a personal failing. The voice of doubt became so powerful it silenced memories of better days. I felt broken, convinced I was the problem. The cycle of comparison and criticism trapped me every day. I saw no way out. In my darkest moment, my phone buzzed, a simple message from a friend. "Hey, I was just thinking about you. Hope you're okay." Those words landed with unexpected power. For the first time in weeks, I felt seen. The message wasn't prompted by a cry for help. It was spontaneous kindness. It broke through the noise of my inner critic, reminding me I existed outside my pain. I mattered enough for someone to reach out. That message countered the biggest lie my sadness told me, that I was alone. It didn't fix everything, but it let in a little light. It was a small anchor in a turbulent sea. My worth wasn't tied to success, it was inherent. That realization made me pause. Maybe, just maybe, giving up wasn't the only option. The next morning, the weight was still there, pressing on my chest as I woke, but something had shifted, almost imperceptibly. There was a faint sense of possibility in the air, a quiet invitation to try, even if just a little. I looked at my unmade bed, a mirror of my inner chaos, the tangled sheets echoing the confusion and heaviness inside me. It was as if the mess on the outside perfectly reflected the storm I felt within. For weeks, I hadn't bothered to make it. Each morning, I'd simply left it as it was, feeling too tired, too defeated to care. But now, a quiet thought surfaced. Just make the bed. It was so small, so simple, but it felt like a challenge. It seemed insignificant, almost laughable. But I did it anyway. I reached for the sheets, my hands moving slowly at first, unsure if this tiny act could matter at all. Straightening the sheets, smoothing out the wrinkles, fluffing the pillows. It took 2 minutes, maybe less. But in those moments I was present, focused on something I could control. When I finished, I saw a small patch of order in the chaos. The bed looked inviting, calm, a tiny oasis in the middle of my messy world. It was a tiny accomplishment, but it felt like more. It was a declaration that I was worth a little effort, that I could do something good for myself, even if it was just this. I wasn't trying to fix my life or solve all my problems in one morning. I was just making my bed. And for now, that was enough. It was the first promise I'd kept to myself in a long time. A small act of self-respect, a gentle reminder that I could show up for myself, even in the smallest ways. The day would still be hard, the challenges still waiting, but I'd started with one intentional act of self-care. It was a foundation, however modest, to build on. That made bed became a symbol, proof that I could do one thing, even when everything else felt impossible. It was a small victory, but it was mine. Hope doesn't always arrive with a thunderclap. Sometimes it's the gentle unfolding of a clean sheet, the quiet act of caring for your own space. It was the first step back to myself, a small beginning, but a beginning all the same. And in that moment, I realized that even the smallest steps can lead us home. Making my bed started a chain reaction. The next day, I washed a mug. The day after, I took out the trash. Each small action was a deposit into my well-being. I stopped trying to fix everything at once, just one thing at a time. This approach felt achievable, not overwhelming. I applied it elsewhere. Answer one email, take a 5-minute walk. Each step was proof I wasn't helpless. Progress was slow, but it was there. I learned to embrace imperfection. Some days making the bed was enough. Self-compassion replaced the pressure to be perfect. Recovery was messy, but persistence mattered more than perfection. Each small brave choice rebuilt my resilience. Hope became something I built, one imperfect action at a time. If you feel tired, overwhelmed, or lost, hear this. You are not broken. Feeling this way means you are human. The world celebrates constant hustle, but life has seasons, growth and rest. It's okay to be in a winter season, to need a break. Your worth isn't measured by productivity or achievements. Give yourself permission to be imperfect, to be a work in progress. True strength is being gentle with yourself when you fall. Be your own compassionate friend. When your inner critic gets loud, counter it with kindness. Your effort, no matter how small, is worthy of recognition. Take one small, kind step. Make your bed, drink water, step outside. This isn't about fixing your whole life in a day. It's about showing yourself you are worthy of care and hope. To the one who feels left behind or burdened by invisible weight, I see you. Even if it feels like no one notices your quiet struggles, your presence matters deeply. Sometimes the world moves so fast that it overlooks gentle souls like yours, but your feelings are real and important. You are not alone. Many walk this path of silent struggle. There are countless others who understand the ache of feeling unseen, and though you may not realize it, your story echoes in the hearts of many. Your journey unfolds at its own pace. There's no timeline you must follow. Life isn't a race, and it's okay to move slowly, to pause, or to take a different path than others. Progress isn't always visible. Quiet victories matter most. The small things you accomplish each day, even if no one else sees them, are worth celebrating. Getting out of bed, choosing kindness, holding on to hope, these are real wins. Every gentle act, every moment you choose to keep going, is a sign of your resilience. Celebrate your courage, even in small moments. It takes strength to keep showing up, to care for yourself, and to reach out for light when things feel heavy. Every tiny step is a testament to your strength. Each effort, no matter how small, is a building block for brighter days ahead. The path forward may be slow and messy, but it's still forward. Stumbles and setbacks are part of the journey, not signs of failure. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Healing and growth take time, and you deserve the same kindness you offer to others. You are worthy of love and support, especially from yourself. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's essential. If you're in a dark place, know that hope is being held for you. Even when you can't see it, there is light waiting to return. The sun will shine again. Until then, just take the next small step. Trust that each day brings new possibilities, even if they arrive quietly. You are resilient, you matter, and you are not alone. Keep going. The world is better with you in it, and your story is still unfolding.